Well, you know, I don't know if you guys saw the advertisements for this show, that R-Truth was advertised to be here, but I did tweet and send out an Instagram that unfortunately R-Truth could not make it. It's my understanding that he flew to New York and is in my basement right now. He got confused. All I know is I got a text from him that said the words "my bad" on it. So I don't know beyond that where he is. However, R-Truth did call in a favor, and we do have a guest here. Instead of R-Truth, a champion in the WWE, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
And I thought, would you like to introduce her?
Do I love her?
I think so.
Oh, well then, let's do it.
I'll say this. Kathy Kelly's going to be very jealous.
Kathy Kelly gonna be all right. She gonna be all right. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, representing the Judgment Day, she is the Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley!
Mommy's here.
All right.
Sit down, Rhea. You can use the mic stand. You can take the mic off the stand. You know how to operate one of those.
I do, and I was under the assumption that I was doing Damian Priest a favor. I didn't realize I was doing this for R-Truth.
R-Truth is the one that called it in. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have some words with him then.
I mean, Rhea, when you look at the path that the Judgment Day has been on, going from like, I don't know where this is going, to, oh, this is kind of great, to Dominic becomes my favorite thing, to R-Truth is the #1 merch seller in the WWE. How do you possibly define what it is that has made the Judgment Day so successful in a multifaceted capacity?
Well, I think starting off with the four of us, before JD was in there, way before Truth ever broke into our clubhouse. What did you say?
JD's not really part of it. He lost.
I'm pretty sure Mommy makes the rules and JD's in.
That answers that.
Anyways.
Yep.
I think that it worked so well because it was four people from completely other sides of the world, pretty much. And we all had something to prove. We all just came together and we meshed so well together. It was sort of unseen, unknown. We weren't expecting it to be that way, but we've just been going out there each and every week having fun. Yes. And I think that's what people see. They see us being 110% ourselves, being authentic, and going out there and having fun, and that makes other people have fun at the same time. So I think that's why Judgment Day has done so well, and now with JD in the Judgment Day...
That's right.
...and not R-Truth, we're going to have a whole nother load of fun in the future.
Yeah, and I think there is something, too, that's really cool about the idea that, like, all of you can clearly kick people's asses, right? Like, and you make that clear, and nobody doubts that. There's a credibility to it, but at the same time... Then you bring in Dominic and you all accept him and go like, hey, yeah, all this stuff that he's saying about being in jail and being a super badass dude, it's 100% legitimate. And it's like, okay, I mean, if the Judgment Day is saying it, I guess it's real.
Yeah, I mean, you could think of it this way as well. Dom was in prison for a long time being hidden behind Rey Mysterio.
Ooh, wow.
He had to do whatever his father said. He was protected by his father in so many different ways where it sheltered him in a way that he couldn't express himself and be himself and accomplish things for himself.
Yeah.
He was hidden under Rey's small but big shadow. And he wanted to break free, so he did. And I think Dom's doing amazingly. And I think that he has grown so much over the past year without his deadbeat dad holding him down and keeping him in that family prison of his.
I mean, can anyone say that the best year of Dom's career has not been this year? Right?
Where's the lie?
Where's the lie? When did you guys, did you kind of realize instantly that there was an incredible on-screen chemistry between you and Dominic?
No, not really. It was actually quite awkward to start with. We hadn't really talked to each other much before. I mean, it was a simple like, hello, how are you, every now and then when we saw each other. But apart from that, I mean, we didn't really have a conversation until I started, choking him out with my legs, and he fell madly in love with me. And
I get it.
I don't blame him, but I don't know. It sort of it grew more and more. We were on screen together. I mean, you end up spending more time with the people you work with and the people that you surround yourself with. We travel together. We work together. We are a family. So it was only a matter of time before that bond sort of grew with all of us, not just between Dom and I, but with all of us.
Yeah. Yeah, there are people who kind of, I feel like, probably for like the last 6 months that have been trying to pinpoint, okay, I think the Judgment Day is going to break up here. I think the Judgment Day is going to break up here. Okay, I see that tension. I think the Judgment Day is going to break up here. Is that something that you see on the horizon, or do you think people are naive in suggesting that?
Look, family fights.
Yeah?
I fight with my sister all the time. There's no one that I love more, and there's no one that I hate more. So family fights. Judgment Day, we fight. I've been friends with Priest for the longest. He is my Terror Twin. He's my day one. We came up to Raw together. We've been in NXT together. The entire time he's been there, he's had my back. We're going to fight, but we got each other's backs. I'm going to rev him up until he goes and beats the hell out of someone else. That's just how it is. Family fights. And I don't see us breaking up. I just see us trying to bring out the best in each other. And if that means I get under his skin a little bit, it means I get under his skin a little bit. I know that it's going to be better for him than it is for his opponent. So,
yeah, I would say that's a good answer. What is it about you that has infatuated so many members of the broadcast team? Every time I go...
Wait, can I say something here? I got to say this.
I didn't say who it was.
No, but you indicated my way. Everybody talking about how mommy got the ladies. That's true. Mommy got the ladies, but I got the ladies too. I mean, I think people are looking at it the wrong way. I got Kathy Kelly too. And me and mommy got each other, and we both got Kathy.
Damn
so
there's a cyclical nature of what's going on, you're saying.
I'm just saying.
Good for you.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Mommy knows what it is.
Do you know what it is?
Oh, that I do.
Mommy knows.
Fantastic. Fantastic. For you, when do you feel like, because you've talked about it before, like when you first got to the main roster, there's a period of time where you had to kind of figure out who you were again. And it's kind of amazing that in a relatively short period of time, not only have you figured out who you are, but in the last year, you've risen to the top of a women's division that has had the biggest women's stars in the history of the WWE. Like, there hasn't been a time where you could argue that there was a woman who was the face of the company, and that's what we had with Becky Lynch. You've now risen to the top of that division. You're the face of it. You're the champion. You're the person who people go, okay, if I'm concocting a dream match, my WrestleMania, the big marquee match, your face is always on it. Was there a click? Was there one moment where you just went, oh, that was it, figured it out, here we go, off to the races?
I think it's a lot of trial and error. For me, it's all about evolving and finding new ways to do things that catch people's attention. When I was in NXT, I had obviously found my way, my groove, what I was comfortable doing. Then the pandemic happened, and we all know what happened. Then I got moved to Raw. While in the pandemic, I didn't know what people thought about me or anything. I didn't know their opinion of Rhea Ripley. I couldn't get that feeling from the crowd because it wasn't there. So it took a lot of trial and error for me to try and figure out what the hell was going on. And I just felt like I started to try and please people again. And I didn't like that. That's the whole reason Rhea Ripley became the Rhea Ripley that you see today. Like, going into the second Mae Young Classic, that was when I pretty much had enough of everyone's crap. And I was like, I'm going to do things my way. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, fire me, get rid of me. I don't care. It's my bad. I'll die on that sword. So I ended up doing that again. I finally had enough, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to be me. I'm going to go out there and try my best to do things that I'm comfortable with and that just come authentically to myself. And obviously, joining the Judgment Day, it's bring out a different sort of confidence within me as well, because I do have the boys there to fall back on. If I do lose a little bit of confidence or get a little nervous, they have my back, and vice versa, I have theirs. So it's just like, it's been a growing experience, and I guess the mommy thing definitely helped, because I have that to always fall back on now.
Yeah.
Mommy.
But that was a priest thing as well. Like, I went out there, I came back after kneeing myself in the face and busting my front 2 teeth. Yeah, I had braces for like a week. It was great. But I came back from that, and we came back on Ray's anniversary. And that's where I decided to just be a little menace, be myself. And I ordered an Eddie Guerrero shirt, and I came out with the I'm Your Papi shirt just to see what the hell was going to happen from that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
That was a Miko, and that was me just doing something that I thought was right, and I just wanted to like stir the pot a little bit, you know? So I started the whole Papi thing, and then I got told I couldn't be Papi, so priest was like, well, you're mommy. I was like, damn straight I'm mommy.
Yeah.
We're going to roll with that then. So I don't know. The mommy thing makes me feel comfortable. I just go out there and I'm a child version of myself.
Yes.
I go out there, I have fun. I do little menace things. I do this thing with my hands still. I make fun of people. I don't know, I'm just going out there having fun.
There is a true menace about the energy that you have out there, and I don't ever see it shaking. I went to a show. I brought my son to his first WWE show. He's only 6. Cute as a button, this kid, if I do say so myself.
Very
right,
cute.
so you know. Yeah, well, he got to sit in the front row, which I told him, most 6-year-olds don't get to sit in the front row. Don't get used to this. But, you know, cheering for everybody. We cheer for the good guys. We boo the bad guys. But there was one villain, even realizing this is an innocent 6-year-old, that decided to zero in and isolate one child that was sitting there and just glare a hole through his head. And that was Mommy.
Mommy.
And I will tell you, I mean, it works. To this day, when you're on the television, Dad, I don't like her.
Oh.
Why not? She was mean to me. And not only were you mean to him, but I tried it again later on that night when Damage Control came out, and I was booing them, and instead of him tagging along, he just started pointing at me because he didn't want to take the heat again. He thought they were all going to attack
He's
him.
smart.
My bad.
Smart.
He learned his lesson.
I mean, that normally happens when mommy's around.
Mommy teaches lessons.
Exactly.
That's what we're learning. You couldn't have had any clue that when you and Dominic post a couple of social media videos around the holidays a year ago or so, that it would be the thing. I mean, you can literally trace it back to that moment. And that was what I feel like ignited the rocket ship. Just you guys making a couple of silly, in my opinion, in an entertaining way. Sure, Ray didn't think it was very silly, but fun social media videos. Not even part of the TV show. Just going like, what if we went to his house and did this? And that's the fuel that lights the rocket. You never know where it's going to come from.
No, exactly. And honestly, those were the funnest videos that I have ever made in WWE. It was just cool. It brought me back to like an sort of old school era where they would rock up to people's houses and trash their house and beat them up. And I was like, yo, I remember watching this as a kid and now I'm doing it. Suck it, Rey Mysterio.
But when Mommy does it, the difference is that like back in the day when we were kids watching it, it'd be like 2 guys that really hated each other and they were ready for it and there was an invasion. not like a wholesome holiday. It was just invaded by people.
You know, that's how you catch them off guard, okay?
Yeah.
That's how you get them. They're not ready. Even went to his dad's house for Christmas. We still rocked up. Different house, doesn't matter.
What was it like for you last year in the Royal Rumble? Not just like that moment, but the whole match, like the amount of time you put in, the amount of stuff that you did. What did it feel like? I mean, because you can, I'm sure, prepare for what it could be like, but to actually experience, what was it like?
Wild.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild. And I have to say, I came out in the men's before the women's, and I got speared on the concrete by Beth Phoenix. And then I wrestled an hour. Over an hour. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
By the way, did anybody see the Iron Claw getting suplexed on the concrete? Took Kevin Von Erich out like nothing.
Oh, I saw that, yeah. Made me
Not
feel
mommy.
sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was a really awesome feeling. I didn't know that I could go for that long,
Yeah.
which was a nice surprise to myself. I was like, why'd you ever doubt yourself? You know that you're the best. Come on.
Last time I make that mistake.
Exactly. Prove myself wrong. And that's, I guess that's something that I love to do. I love to prove people wrong.
Yeah.
Even if it is myself. But yeah, I mean, everything about that day was just so special. The whole lead up to it, it felt like it was going to be a big day. And then once I was out there, having the crowd just be so electric, the entire Rumble from start to finish, it really did help. And it brought out a different side of all of us that I think made it one of the best women's Rumbles out there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. In a match like that, does the adrenaline just continue to pump the entire time?
Yeah.
It does.
It does, and it's wild because to me being out there, it felt like I was only out there for maybe 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was nuts. Every time we'd have a countdown, I'd be like, ooh, another one. Let's go. Oh my God. But yeah, I don't know. I guess the adrenaline was just, it was really pumping that day. And because I was so nervous as well going out there, being number one, you got a lot on your back. Like you're carrying the entire Rumble if you're in there the entire time.
Yeah.
So I put that stress on myself, and I think that is also something that fed that adrenaline, which was awesome because it obviously helped me in the long run. So.
And what do you like the dump though after that, the adrenaline dump? After that, I mean, do you just like sit and stare at a wall blankly for an hour? Like how do you process the fact that it's like, oh, I just did that?
Yeah, I mean, you don't go to sleep
Right.
at all. After any show, even if it is just Raw and I just do one promo, I struggle to go to sleep that night because my mind's going and my adrenaline's still pumping and I'm just thinking about the entire night. I'm thinking about what we could do next week, all that sort of stuff. So to be out there for that, over an hour in the Rumble and then to come back to your hotel room and just sit there and just be like, all right, well, what do I do now? Yeah. Like, you obviously saw you're beat up, you want to take a shower, you want to wipe your makeup off, so you do all that, and then you just, I don't know, for me, I end up sitting in bed and I just scroll on my phone for a few hours, and then all of a sudden it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, well, I got to go back to work. That's cool.
Yeah, time to go. And also, scrolling on your phone for hours. What could possibly go wrong with that?
Oh, I know. You don't see anything bad at all.
When you went out for WrestleMania last year was loaded both nights. All these stories, all these matches that people were looking forward to, whether it was the tag match on night one, Roman and Cody on night two, Rey and Dom, like it was littered with all these stories. Do you go out there with the intention of being like, look, we have to go take this? Match of the year. Wow, match of the year.
Oh, man. Yeah. I think especially because the build up to WrestleMania, it just wasn't exactly how I imagined it. I think the mentality that I had, and I know Charlotte had because I felt it out there, we wanted to go into that match and leave everything that we had in that ring. We didn't want to leave with any energy, anything feeling half decent, of course. We just wanted to go out there and we wanted to steal the show.
Yeah.
Because obviously normally when you win the Rumble, you get the main event spot. Build wasn't there. Other one was. Completely understand it. I think the boys really deserved that main event spot, but we wanted to go out there and we wanted to prove that with a proper build, we could have had that spot and we could have stolen the whole entire show and just knocked it off with such a perfect match. So that's what we did. We went out there and we absolutely just destroyed each other. Appreciate it.
Yeah, is that because you said you could tell what Charlotte's intentions were pretty quickly?
Yeah, you normally can with Charlotte.
Yeah. Do you know instantly like, okay, that's the pace that we're going at. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Be like, oh, we're gonna be punching each other real hard tonight.
But it works, and it worked for that night too. I mean, did you in the sort of unpacking after that match and realizing like, wow, we did that? Do you end up thinking back to the first WrestleMania match and going like, wow, I'm glad we got the chance to just show people how much we're capable of today?
Yes. I always go back and forth between the two because the first WrestleMania, my first WrestleMania, was in the pandemic. It was at the Performance Center, the one place that I just wanted to get the hell out of. And I was like, yo, this is my WrestleMania. Like, come on.
And by the way, it was early pandemic. The fan was still on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Remember the big fan?
Yeah. The industrial fans, yeah. Health and safety, guys. But yeah, and Charlotte had always been someone that I wanted to step in the ring with as well. She was always the person that I'd say in interviews that I wanted to fight at WrestleMania. And I finally got that opportunity. I finally made it, and then everything got ripped away from me. I didn't have any crowd there. I didn't have my family there. I didn't get the cool fireworks, the cool stage. I didn't get any of that. I was back at the Performance Center. Obviously, I lost my NXT Women's Championship, which sucked, but whatever. Yeah, boo indeed.
Boo indeed.
But to get it all back at WrestleMania 39, it felt like a complete sort of journey. Like, I don't mean to say I finished the story, but I finished my story. Let's just say that at least one nightmare can do that.
One nightmare.
Cody's gonna be okay.
He's gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay.
He's gonna be all right.
Whew. By the way, one nightmare could do that is a bar.
Yeah.
And I could you thought it, and you were like, am I going to say it? Yep, I'm going to say it. But you did. I mean, to the extent that you still got the title. Like, is there any part of you that goes, man, I wish I was in the Rumble again this year? That was so much fun last year.
Yeah, it sort of feels like weird that I'm not in it.
Yeah.
Especially after last year. Like, I love being a part of the Rumble. Yes, it's a very stressful, chaotic day, but I feel weird going into this Rumble and not being in it. It sort of feels like the year that I did have the NXT Women's Championship, because that was the year that I did the watch along. I obviously ate a whole bunch of food and just watched the Rumble.
Right.
And it sort of feels like that again.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people can relate. Yeah. Who else ate a bunch of food and watched the Rumble? Yeah. Probably could do that this year too.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel bad about the food situation. Definitely going to be eating. But yeah, I don't know. It feels weird. I'll be watching very closely, obviously, but it does break my heart a little bit that I'm not going to be in it.
Right. You feel like that's your match, kind of.
Exactly. Now. And like, I could hold 2 championships. I mean, maybe people should acknowledge me too.
Ooh, another one.
I'm on fire.
Oh. What was the energy like being in the ring with Becky Lynch?
I mean, what was the energy being in the ring with Rhea Ripley?
Ooh.
Oh my.
This dude is like,
It's
can't
the menace
believe
in
it.
me, dude. It's the menace in me.
But I mean, I would think that that's like as big a marquee match as I could probably think of based on the division that I see in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's always super cool being in the ring with people that you got to watch while you were coming up in the business and before you even made it to the business. Charlotte was one of them for me. Becky Lynch is one of them for me. And stepping in the ring and having a conversation with Becky in front of the crowd on Raw, it did feel like a big match sort of feel. But at the end of the day, I'm holding my part. I still have the Women's World Championship. Now, the real question is Becky going to hold her part and win the Royal Rumble match?
Oh.
Because right now, Mommy is always on top. And, I mean, Becky needs to pull her weight a little bit and get that match going.
You're saying that she hasn't, you'd like to see her earn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
That's
Because
tough.
right now,
Yeah.
like what? I beat Lyra Valkyrie, and she lost to her. She lost her championship to her.
Oh.
I beat Nia Jax and 4 other top female talent in our division, and she lost to Nia Jax.
Sheesh. Oof.
So
Ugh.
I don't know why people were getting so mad at me for not defending my title when no one's really stepped up to the plate to defend it against.
Wow. There's no contenders. Where are the contenders?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They got to fight for that spot, and I'm waiting.
Good thing we got that Royal Rumble match.
Ooh, yeah.
Good thing. Good thing. By the way, Samantha, I meant to ask you before. How do you feel about the fact that there's a camera on you at all times now?
Oh my goodness.
That you've taken over, you know, the Michael Cole pinhole camera was the thing for a while because he goes so crazy calling these matches. And now, especially after The Rock gave you a shout out, now it becomes a thing where it's like there's always a camera on you.
Yeah.
Do you-
Well, you know, it's my fault because I'm always watching the matches and I'm always like with the ref, I'm like, dude, like, so it was only a matter of time, I guess, before, but sometimes like, you guys got to warn me. Some of these announcements don't look pretty. I don't need to be filmed saying them. But
Just
you know
saying, I
what?
love it.
Yours, the question you asked me earlier, Sam, about when I come up with my announcements for people.
Yeah.
I specifically remember about halfway through the Rumble, I was like, she's probably going to win this. And I started writing down like musically, like how I was going to say it. Like, so for the rest of the match, I just watched you kick ass and I was just thinking, she's going to win. How am I going to say it? I got to say it. Like, how am I going to say this? And that announcement is one of my favorites of you winning. Just that last elimination and then your face. And I was screaming my ass off and your face was like, yeah. And I loved it. That's one of my favorite memories of coming up with an announcement like on the spot.
Hell yeah. Well, anytime you announce my name, I love it, just saying.
I love you.
You know you got to be dominant when the ring announcer halfway through the match is thinking about how they're going to announce your name, by the way. Well, look, I want to thank both of you for being so giving with your time on this, of all weekends, Royal Rumble weekend. You both have a lot to prepare for. Of course, tomorrow you got a lot of words to say. You got people that you got to represent. And have your eyes on who's winning that Rumble.
Yeah, some people better step up.
What about Perth?
Perth.
What about Perth? What about Perth? What are we
In,
thinking?
Mommy's show.
Yeah, we're not going straight to WrestleMania. Before I
Mommy
let you off this
chamber.
stage, we got a big premium live event that we're all going to be eating a bunch of food and watching at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Hell yeah.
But
You'll be
this,
there live? Oh, look at you. Hell yeah.
but I mean, do you have any? I already see your face on the poster. I already hear you describe it as Mommy's show. Do you have any? Aren't they all?
that's
Who's
accurate.
trying to garner favor? Do you have any visions of what you want Mommy's representation at Mommy's show to look like?
Dominant.
Just dominant.
Brutal.
Yeah.
All of the above. I mean, you know, it's my middle name. But yeah, I don't know. I'm expecting this to pretty much be like my Australian WrestleMania,
Yes.
and I'm very excited for it.
You go from your family can't come, there's no fans, this is my WrestleMania moment and it's not what I thought it was, to hey, what if we got a stadium in Australia for you? You're like, yeah, sounds good.
It sounds amazing.
Sounds good. But what if they go, okay, it's Mommy's show. We want you to put the title on the line in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, I'd be down for it.
You just wreck 5 people.
I mean, I have before.
That's a good point.
Let's be honest here. I love a bit of brutality. Give me some steel. Give me some weapons. Give me some pods. I don't care. I love all that stuff. I live for this.
Oh, yeah, you and the black chains of that.
Exactly.
Oh, this is too much. This is too much. Well, I want to thank both of you for being so gracious with your time and your knowledge, your words. Have we all learned something? Have we learned something from Samantha? They learned you're not confident.
I know. I feel bad for y'all. I'm so sorry. It's good to meet you, though.
Have we learned something from Mommy? Whoa! All right, we'll give them one more round of applause, and I appreciate both of you coming. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Mommy. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Yes. Yes. How about that, huh? What a surprise. Thank you to our women's world champion, Rhea Ripley. You never know who's going to pop up.